Okay, what's up, guys? RevSauce9 here. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon for the latest and greatest that comes to my channel. Now, we are going to cover WWE SmackDown, the New Year's Revolution, to end the week of this big kaboom announcement week, WWE, this New Year's Rockin' Eve celebration of the week that WWE made it out to be bigger than it needed to be. There wasn't really any big surprises from Triple H. Outside of Money in the Bank and a few other things, it wasn't like major announcements. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. And here's another thing. All my affiliate codes and everything will be down below in the description for you guys. But I just want to say this. I want to address all the comments that I've got throughout these Sasha Banks videos. Guys, wherever she goes, I'm still going to be a fan. I don't hold an allegiance to any company. I do prefer one over the other because it gives me what I like. But it could be different to the other person on the left and the other person to the right. Not everybody has to see the same shit I do. That's the glorious part of wrestling. Like, not everything that I like, you may like. You know what I mean? And my opinion might not be everyone else's opinion. That's the glorious part of wrestling. That's why I cover it. That's why I'm a smart mark, obviously. That's why I look at every news story. That's why, you know, I'm into everything to do with wrestling. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I'll probably go to my grave like that. But at the end of the day, guys, all companies have their pros and cons. WWE and AEW have bloated rosters. That's why a lot of talent get released and misutilized. You know, I got told about Jake Hager or Jake Hager or Jack Swagger. Look, that guy's on Rampage. He was on Rampage tonight. He's got a gimmicky character with the hat. He's getting view time. In WWE, he kind of was misutilized to an extent. And AEW is kind of the same. Like, he's just a character that's there. He's been on Ring of Honor. He's floating around. You know, he's collecting a check. I'm happy for him. He's still in the wrestling industry. He's still relevant. Again, Saraya was a bust for AEW. I don't know why you guys are bringing that up to me. Like, there's nothing new. And, you know, I don't know where you're getting she despises AEW. AEW did something right with her in the UK, giving her a title. Her brother's being brought into AEW. You know, they're looking at him. They're possibly going to sign him and put him on Ring of Honor. So at the end of the day, like, I don't get where you guys are getting this information from. Again, pretty much AEW is giving everything to Saraya. Saraya has not lived up to expectations, in my opinion. She has been a glorified bust. She signed for all this money and hasn't really lived up to those expectations. A person that's lived up to the expectations that are killing it is Christian Cage. So, guys, when you comment to me sometimes, I sit back and I go, what gets you to say those kind of comments, man? Like, it just baffles my mind. You know, like, some of you guys, you don't watch the product and you say things that are outlandish sometimes. I think you need to reread your comment back. I've had to school up some of you. Like, guys, I watch everything. I see everything. I read all the news articles. What do you think I'm doing when I first wake up in the morning and have my cup of coffee or my energy drink? And I'm reading gaming news. I'm watching YouTube. I'm like, first 2 hours before I get to streaming, game streaming for the day, what I do full time, I'm watching wrestling news videos and catching up on my YouTube. I spend 2-3 hours having coffee. That's my Netflix. That's what I do. I watch all the other wrestling channels like JD, Solid Monster, Sean's View, Wrestle Talk, Woke Culture. I'm watching it all within 3 hours. That's my coffee. And even if I'm going to take the Browns to the fucking Super Bowl, pardon my pun, I'm watching it on my iPhone 13 mini and still watching YouTube. I watch more YouTube than probably anybody else in the world. Like, YouTube, I spend hundreds of hours watching YouTube. So at the end of the day, guys, cool your shit. Sasha Banks, look, a lot of you are speculating. I'm personally speculating if you want to go there. Wherever she goes, TNA, AEW or WWE, I'm happy for her. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, whatever. She takes less money and whatever. And before you sit back and say, oh man, I want to see her in Damage Control and or with Bayley and, oh my God, are we really doing this again? Like, guys, before she left WWE, it was bad. If they do this, I want her winning belts. I don't want her in stupid storylines. Bring her in, have her win belts right off the rip. Make her a thing. If she's going to be in WWE, make her a thing, make her a spectacle. I don't want her in these 14 things and all that crap. I want her to be focused on. I want her to be number one until Charlotte Flair comes back. And when Charlotte Flair comes back, Charlotte Flair will probably win a title, probably off of her. But, you know, you guys get the point where I'm coming from. Look, and in AEW, same thing. I want her to have tons of feuds. I want her to, you know, have what she has and make a lot of money and win titles. She deserves it. She's a spectacle. If she goes to TNA, same thing. I want her to be number one in people's rosters. But unfortunately, WWE backed themselves into a corner when they gave Charlotte Flair a bag full of money and made her the highest paid women's talent ever in history. They gave her like technically what an MLB ballplayer gets. So at the end of the day, I can't blame Sasha or Monet for wanting to make that much money somewhere else. And if she does sign with AEW, wait and see. Let's see what happens. But right now, we're all speculating. Somebody was writing in my comment section that she's going to show up at Homecoming. We don't know. Look, Revolution, I don't think they're going to wait that long to pull the trigger with her. I think they're going to pull the trigger either this week, next week, somewhere big. And I couldn't imagine they pull the trigger at Homecoming. I couldn't imagine they wouldn't. Same with TNA Impact or whatever, Hard to Kill. If they're bringing her in, you bring her in immediately. You don't blink on that. And if they're offering her that 7-figure deal that they were going to offer CM Punk, good on her. Anyway, enough me talking about Sasha Banks. I can go on days, months, years, and I could say all the feuds she can have in AEW, all the feuds that I'm excited for in WWE, all the feuds in Impact. Even if she goes back to New Japan, Stardom, and does that on the side of AEW, all the feuds she can have. So again, sky's the limit for her, Nick Nemeth, Ryan Nemeth, anybody that's left WWE. I'm happy for everybody. Ali looks jacked to the gills. Matt Riddle looks like he's getting healthy and he's in his zone. And he's also going to be debuting for New Japan here soon. So again, as I said to all of you, you all need to take a step back and just let wrestling be wrestling sometimes and stop the tribalism and stop hating on each other. Who gives a shit if somebody likes WWE and WWE only? Like, I have friends that only like WWE. They don't care about AEW. I got friends that watch everything like me. And, you know, again, you know, there's different flavors of ice cream for everybody. And at the end of the day, respect everybody, love each other when it comes to wrestling, and stop the hate. You know, you guys go and clip things of people saying things, and you're not even putting out the full thing. You're putting out for an agenda to damage somebody because you are a tribalist or you're salty over somebody's opinion. I read a lot of your comments on my Sasha Banks videos real quick before I get into talking about SmackDown. And a lot of you were just salty over one man's opinion. My opinion's my opinion. You don't have to watch. You could click off my videos and go watch somebody that appeals to you. There's a lot of people giving out misinformation. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say you're misinformation, you're a geek, and I'm going to go, hoo, 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 you suck. Yeah, no, that's not for me. That's for the birds. Everybody should be loved in their own way, you know. Anyway, WWE. And by the way, if I was an AEW only guy, why am I reviewing WWE SmackDown? New Year's Revolution, which was really good, actually. The finale was good. LA Knight was fantastic. Randy Orton was fantastic. This match even had LA Knight bleeding. Yeah. You know, WWE showing blood. Maybe they're actually going to get away from PG. Maybe they'll go TV 14. I don't know. Fingers crossed. 2024, Triple H, talking to you. Maybe you're going to do some more mature content. You're bringing back the bank statement. That was funny with Roxanne Perez. But anyway, again, Randy Orton getting slammed into the thing. I was a little bit horrified because with his back injury and him coming off, how would he take a death shot like that? AJ Styles coming back looking better than ever. LA Knight, man. Look, LA Knight is a seller of things. He's an actor. Man, give that guy time. He sells. And I don't know why WWE's not pushing him even more. Again, this is going to go into a fatal four-way. Roman Reigns came in, basically speared and Superman punch. I thought it was a little stupid, but the match stuck. And what are you going to do with all three of these guys? You're going to have LA Knight go over Randy Orton or AJ Styles. What are you going to do? At the end of the day. So you have all four. You stack the odds against Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns goes over at Royal Rumble. There's no way these three are winning. Roman Reigns goes over. You have at what is it? Cardiff, Australia, Elimination Chamber. You have them go again and go over The Rock, or you have The Rock win, which would be shocking to me. I don't know why they would have The Rock win. Maybe they have The Rock win. Roman wins it back at Mania, and then he faces Cody and loses it the next day. Would be interesting. I've seen WWE do something like that in the past. That would be wild to me. But at the same moment, I wouldn't be, I honestly, I wouldn't be shocked. So, of that. So, let's get into it. Paul Heyman basically addressed the whole Rock thing, saying, you know, if Rock wants to be at the head of the table, then so be it. Kevin Owens topped Santos Escobar, which I was not surprised because they've been building up the Kevin Owens and, you know, literally Logan Paul for quite a minute. Logan Paul's good shit. Now, does he keep the title at Royal Rumble? I think they have him go over. Logan Paul's still a little green, personally, to me. I do like him in certain aspects. He is a heel right now. He's being booed by everybody because of Zoo Crypto or whatever he's doing. So it makes sense he's playing on that. It's funny that, you know, he's doing the stuff with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens hit him with a hard punch. That looked believable to me, and he went down hard. So either Kevin Owens is going to go over at Royal Rumble and whatnot. Again, this match had it all. Santos did a few moves, and then KO kind of botched a few stunners in that match. A couple power bombs were questionable to me, but I'm glad to see Kevin Owens using the pop-up power bomb again. It's always sweet when you see him do it. Stunner was a little bit of botch central to me, but I'm not going to complain. Kevin Owens is good shit. I think Logan Paul and Kevin Owens could blow off a roof off of any building, really, so I can't wait to see Royal Rumble for that. Santos Escobar, you know, again, he's come so close and then failed. I can't wait to see what they do with the LWO, and maybe Andrade Cien Almas comes back. Almas comes back, and maybe we see Selena Vega joining him. Who knows? Maybe he joins the LWO. Who knows? With that. Kevin Patrick, man, he's got to go. Kevin Patrick has got to go. I am so over, like, he sounds like he's either taking a shit or going, oh. I thought, you know, Excalibur, was bad. No, Kevin Patrick, get him off my TV. Get him out. Get him out. Horrible. He goes in for it again. Oh. He goes for it again. Oh. It's like he's busting a load. Like, you don't need to go that far. Just call the matches. You don't need to cream your pants, bro. Kevin Patrick welcomes everybody to the show. Kevin Owens music hits. That's what they do to start off. This match went 16 minutes. Santos Escobar, don't sleep on him. He's good shit. He'll be a champion eventually. He'll be a champion, either a tag team with his new stable that he's working on that I think they're going to go for against the LWO. Again, another thing that everybody tells me, AEW is bloated, but WWE is very bloated, honestly. And I wouldn't be surprised if WWE does trios belts. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, when WWE does it, it's okay, but AEW does it, oh my God, we're flipping our asses when WWE has 2 less titles than AEW. But, you know. Again, Escobar, one hell of a match. We're going to go into Bobby Lashley in the Street Profits segment. It kind of gave the vibe somebody's debuting. And honestly, I will say this, the Authors of Pain coming back is perfect. Very much perfect. Paul Ellering, I'm a huge Paul Ellering fan. Perfect. Again, Killer Cross or Cross, man, honestly, best for business. Scarlett Bordeaux being on my television, even better. Bobby Lashley looked very weak here, and the Street Profits looked very weak. You know, if you're bringing back the beatdown, stuff and the things they were doing, honestly, they need to bring in somebody. you know, I would say Lio Rush, but Lio Rush is signed with Impact, unfortunately. So there's that. But Killer Cross, man, stood on top of Lashley. That was just beautiful, honestly. Io Sky defeats Michin. I really didn't care. Michin has been a jobber for a while. Michin should just go to AEW or Impact or go back to either company. She is not good. She's just a walking, talking piece for the, the club, and it's really sad. She deserves to have a championship belt, but the way they're booking her and the way they're making her out to be, she's horrible. Absolutely a jobber, and I knew that when she came back. She wasn't valued like that in NXT like that. She wasn't valued like that on the main roster. When they brought her in the first time, I said she should just stay in Impact. She's in Impact royalty, honestly, or go to NWA or go to AEW. You'd be better suited, because her wrestling, the way she wrestles like Gail Kim, it doesn't fit the mold of WWE wrestling, honestly. They like eat defeat. Like when she does it on, go watch Impact Wrestling, please. Go watch TNA old school her. Eat defeat, honestly. And the thing she was doing in TNA was better than what she's doing in WWE. Personal opinion. Io Sky, what are we going to say about that? Io Sky is good shit. Again, the match was really good, disputing a few moments. I didn't think it was really good. But, according to notes here, it went all the way, but Michin you knew was going to lose. I like how they, how WWE, it was a 10-minute match. I will say they're giving more minutes to women's wrestling than AEW lately. Just a little bit. But AEW is coming back strong too now with their women's stuff. But Michin you knew was going to lose here, so I'm not surprised. Michin went backstage and was beating up things, getting upset, getting mad. And then we had a segment with Paul Heyman. So Paul Heyman was shown backstage, remote interview by Kevin Patrick. Heyman said The Rock name-dropped Reigns because The Rock wants to sit at the head of the table. Heyman said The Rock needs to invite to sit there. The Rock will be invited. Heyman said the 2 ways to go viral in the world. So, honestly, again, The Rock and Roman are going to go at each other in Australia. It's going to happen. Perth, Australia. That's happening. That's what it looks like they're going for. So Roman Reigns will probably retain at Mania at some point. Sorry, at Royal Rumble. Correction. And probably go into Mania with the title, maybe. Maybe they give us the swerve and The Rock goes into Mania, but they're saying The Rock's only doing a 1-appearance deal for a lot of money, so I'm assuming The Rock will lose at Elimination Chamber, or it'll be a fuck finish. Either way, Roman could go in and possibly win that belt back off The Rock, get his win back if he does lose at per Australia. I'm saying that right. But anyway, you guys get where I'm coming from. I don't know. It could go either way for me. Wouldn't it be something they have The Rock go over Reigns? Reigns gets destroyed. The Rock's at the head of the table. Cody has to go through the final boss of Roman Reigns still, because Roman Reigns will challenge The Rock back at Mania. And Roman gets it back night 1. Then has to face Cody Rhodes night 2. Cody goes over. Roman loses twice. That sounds about fair. I don't know about you guys, but it sounds fair. Butch and Tyler Bate defeat Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly's getting buried. I don't think Pretty Deadly is really getting anywhere. Pretty Deadly was the shit on NXT. They were winning titles. But Butch and Tyler Bate, man, watch out here. And they may change Butch's name to Pete Dunne, which I'm happy about because that's a Triple H byproduct. Pretty Deadly's getting buried, honestly. This match was really good. Tyler Bate doing Tyler Bate things. And again, like I said, Bate and began the match. Bate worked hard, headlocks, and executed some of his signature Tyler Bate spots. Tyler Bate and Butch were a former tag team in PWG and whatnot, and Progressing Wrestling. They were really good on the European indie scene. So these guys know each other very well. And Butch is formerly known as Pete Dunne, by the way. I will always call him Pete Dunne over Butch. Butch is stupid to me, but, you know, I digress. Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus Knight ended in a no contest because 19 minutes of TV time left. And honestly, to be real, this match was pretty excellent. Like I said at the very beginning, match of the night on SmackDown. This show, honestly, 7.5. Really good. It wasn't too bad. It had its pros and cons. Wasn't bad. Roman fucked himself over and got a fatal 4-way at Royal Rumble. So we'll see where they go with that. Roman's walking out, though. Again, this show, 7.5. Again, I really enjoyed this show. Again, WWE's doing what WWE needs to do. And at the end of the day, they're booking very well for their PLEs. They're booking very well for their shows, so I'm cool with that. So at the end of the day, guys, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought of SmackDown down below in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.